Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Mr. Miracle, issue number 10 of 12. All right, first things first, is this not a gorgeous cover? Second thing, if anybody is watching my channel right now and you are one of the knucklehead morons who went and frickin' did a death threat against Mr. Tom King because of Batman number 50, look, I was pretty bothered by Batman number 52. It never once moved a thought in my head towards violence towards the guy. Come on. Plus, as a military veteran, dude, seriously, like, don't you think the CIA has used enough of us army guys? so now he's got a bodyguard and he's like literally sitting around and start going beating up people and just no, not cool in any way. Like, real talk, not cool. Don't make death threats. You sound like an idiot, first off. Okay, so to the comic book itself, public service announcement to the side. Guys, this was a freaking amazing comic book. Like, the comic book doesn't keep getting better with each issue, but every so often there will be an issue where it just blows everything away. We kind of come full circle. If you remember, Mr. Miracle started off in issue number 1 trying to commit suicide. Yeah, well, that's addressed here. Finally! Like, that was the only question I had, is why is Big Bart okay with the fact that he tried to commit suicide? She actually starts talking to him about it. It's like, dude, were you trying to get away from me? Is that the problem? Is that what it is? You were trying to get away from me? And all of this is because effing Darkseid, man. Dude, you want to know what Tom King did here? He actually made Darkseid a bad guy. Look. Any bad guy can go around and be like, I'm going to take over the Earth. And, you know, like Marvin the Martian tried to do stuff like that. I'm going to blow up the Earth. Look, Darkseid has always been a very cool, drawn character. And he's had some cool background stuff before. He's had a whole bunch of really cool things. But a lot of people don't understand how to use Darkseid in a way that makes me believe that he's definitely a terrifying, crazy, evil individual. And here, you know, he's this maniacal SOB. Now, we know, for the most part, how Big Barda and Scott-Free, Mr. Miracle, were raised on Apocalypse in the slave pits, you know what I'm saying? And just, dude, they had like the worst life imaginable. And now Darkseid saying on his first birthday, I want him to come and, you know, stay with me. Your son, you know, Jacob, I want him to come and stay with me. And it's crazy. It's like, dude, we can end the war. A war that we're going to lose anyway. We're going to keep on losing people. And I want you to think about this. Imagine if you're a soldier in that war and you find out that the leader, the new High Father, could just give away his son, and all of a sudden the war stops and there's a peace treaty. Imagine what you would be thinking. You know what I'm saying? Now imagine you also pretty much worshipped that general. You see, this is a really messed up situation. It really genuinely is. And I almost wish that we had more from the individual, you know, younger of the new gods, the not as powerful new gods, to find out more about, you know, what they think and whatnot. This is absurd. It's, oh my God, like, it's something to think about, you know? It's like, just do it. But meanwhile, Big Bart is like, look at what it did to you. Look at what it did to me. You know what I'm saying? We're not okay. We're not okay. Like, what are we going to do? Plus, they wound up killing Granny. So now who's going to take control of this poor kid's life? You know what I'm saying? It's nuts. This is one of the craziest comics I could possibly imagine. And it's not one of those things where you just, oh, let's get Superman and just go fix things. That's not how it works. He's not that darn powerful. You need a planet of Supermen. And Kandor just got destroyed, so what are you going to do? Anyway, guys, this comic is so deep. And you know what? I remember it was several issues ago, I complained. I said, don't you think, especially with how sick, let me just close my window, with how sick Stan Lee is right now, isn't it time to just retire the Funky Flashman character? And I almost feel like there were enough people saying that Tom King heard. And he said, you know what? I think it's actually about time that we made Funky Flashman right. Jack Kirby made Funky Flashman in a very bad place in his life. You know what I'm saying? Where he was very upset with Stan Lee. And Jack has admitted at some points that it was worse when he went back to Marvel after Stan Lee was gone, after Stan Lee moved out to Hollywood, out to California. You know what I'm saying? So he realized that Stan was actually making things better while he was there. So it is what it is. But Tom King actually gave a lot of really good credence to, if you guys saw my interview that I just did 3 weeks ago with Mr. Jim Starlin, I wanted to clarify something. I said, listen, a lot of people say that Stan Lee didn't do a whole lot in Marvel. You know, what did he actually do? And he says, well, you could tell what he did just by the fact that once he left, what happened to the characters? Not a whole lot of great creations were made. On top of that, not a whole lot of characters were as believable and as lovable anymore, were they? Maybe Stan Lee only gave some words to the characters, but those words that he gave, he made them lovable. He wasn't just a marketing genius. He was a phenomenon in so many different ways, and he made you believe and love and care about those characters, and we lost that when Stan Lee moved out to Hollywood. And it's like, wow, I couldn't have said that better myself. I couldn't have thought it. I didn't have that inside, access like Mr. Starlin did. So here, I feel like Tom King just, he looked at that concept and he really made that manifest in this comic book. I have never liked Funky Flashman, ever. And here, it was good. Here we're addressed how Oberon had died and what happened there. A store clerk winds up becoming a hero in many ways. We get to see a lot of pain that Bart is going through, which really breaks my heart, because when a Playboy pinup, an actress was the inspiration for the looks for Big Bart, but it's clear that Big Bart is real. And go and check out 10 Things About Big Bart to know more about, my opinions on that. But Big Bart actually came from Jack Kirby's wife. You know what I'm saying? That was a direct representation of Roz for him, including her stature. But we also get, I have to put this up here, all right, guys? We actually get a retelling of Galactus and the Silver Surfer's story in the form of a guy who eats stars and a dog who came to Earth and never got played with before by humans. And that's a Funky Flashman story. Yo, Tom King, like for as much as I felt like I was duped, it's not even that I didn't like Batman 50, it's that I was duped. That's the thing. It's the wedding issue with no wedding. There was definitely some duping there, but I'll tell you what, real talk, guys, this right here, this comic book, not just this comic book, this title, Tom King is still tops. He's still just out of this world amazing. As far as I'm concerned, the guy is an absolutely amazing powerhouse in the comic book industry, and oh my God, I love this comic book, and I cannot possibly express this enough. And I really don't have anything else to say about that. Guys, go out and grab this comic book. If you got to buy it in trade, then buy it in trade, for crying out loud. But go get this comic book. By the time this ends, by the time 2 more issues from now, this is going to end, and all of a sudden, boom, the price is going to explode. I promise you, it already has. But it's going to get more outlandish. Fantastic story. Amazing art, everything about this comic book. Oh, geez, I didn't give the the accolades, and I kind of have to give the accolades. Tom King writer with Mitch Gerard's, maybe it's Gerard, sorry, on pencils, inks, colors, and the variant cover. Clayton Cowell is the letterer, and Nick Darrington did this. My God, amazing cover. Guys, that's it for me. Go grab this stuff. Professor Bell, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.